This one piece of media has inspired countless anime, games, isekai protagonists, is the #1 manga in the world, Kantaro Miura's Berserk. Berserk has inspired countless FromSoft games, being the core foundation of its very being. Seeing countless references and straight-up inspirations for the character in games, but one of the most direct references to Berserk has to be Miquella and Griffith's looks and actions towards their fellow friends and followers. Miquella's actions to abandon his humanity can be seen by the literal golden crosses, showing follower and nearby potential enemy what he's willing to do by disregarding his own flesh, regrets, heart, and even his love. Griffith in turn, to achieve his dream, abandoned his family of the Band of the Hawk, his very humanity, and the only person to make him forget his dream, Guts. These two willingness to disregard everything that makes them who they are, their desire, ambition to do whatever it takes to achieve their goal, is exactly what makes them intriguing characters. Miquella's well-known ability to manipulate and charm even demigods is one of the most high-raising red flags in Elden Ring lore. We don't know the full extent of his ability. Did he manipulate his sister to become his blade, to fight Radahn, and stay back in the Hollow Tree during his quote-unquote abduction? I believe so. That's why Radahn fought tooth and nail to stay alive, even with the weight of the stars and rot within. He continued to resist, for it was better to be a rotting beast than a mindless servant. Griffith's ability to manipulate and persuade others is commemorable. In the Golden Ark Saga, he was willing to persuade the King of Midland to allow his forces to take the fight to one of the most impenetrable fortresses of the land of Tudor, winning by pulling the enemy's forces out of the fortress, allowing hidden soldiers to take the fort. His cunning and willingness to deceive his enemies using guerrilla war tactics to tell us what kind of man he was, willingness to do anything to get what he wants. Later on in the saga, killing political enemies by Guts and killing the Midlands king's brother so he could take power for himself, as he would be the only military force be available for the king to call upon. Miquella's ascension was doomed to fail. When you come across the Karelian Coast cross, it mentions, "I abandon here my doubt, vacillation." Vacillation being indecisive. When you have nothing to doubt, and be indecisive, you are willing to do whatever it takes to, and have zero regret. For if you travel to the Coffin Fissure, you will find one of the most hidden crosses in the game, and it says, "I abandon here my love." His ascension and mission to have 1,000 years of kindness. For how can you show kindness if you have no love for any others in your heart to display and give kindness? Abandoning your other half, St. Trina, which was that kindness, giving people sleep and a break from reality. Perhaps that was how he got that name. It was Miquella the Kind, to giving them an escape. What hope would the people you deem worthy have? They would be praying and hoping for someone who has no love in their heart to act. Griffith himself abandoned his ability to love, except Casca and somewhat Guts. That's the Moonlight Child that affects him, but that's for another video. After he saved the princess of Midland, it was not out of kindness, out of his heart, but by political convenience. By marrying the princess, it would grant him full control to become the next king, ushering in his new order. His kindness and showy display of mercy, allowing the Kushan military to be indoctrinated into his military, showing people he's saving refugees, letting everyone know that he's doing the right thing. After this, people giving him the name of the Hawk of Light. But as the same as Miquella, what hope do you have if the person who saved you has no love in their heart? You were merely saved by just because it makes me look better. You may live in my city of Falconia, but it belongs to the demons of Pandemonium, with both Miquella and Griffith abandoning their humanity to achieve their goals. This is how they lost. How can you usher in an age and a kingdom of kindness and compassion when you threw away your love to ascend beyond humanity, giving yourself names that depict the very thing you threw away, Miquella the Kind and the Hawk of Light?